From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
Who can forget this horrific accident on Friday in Hazel Township? A car goes out of control and ends up in the front yard of a Church Street couple, running over the wife. Tonight, we have an update on her condition. But first, a man who hails from Hazleton but lives in the Harrisburg area is trying to clear his name after a man with the same name made what is being called some racial remarks in the newspaper. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. A Hazleton native is upset because people are confusing him with someone else who made comments in the Standard Speaker's feature called Know Your Neighbor. Every day, the newspaper asks local residents questions about their lives and their reflections about the area, and their comments are then printed. Back on August 15th, the speaker interviewed Richard Yanoski of McAdoo, whose answer to the question, "What's worst about the Hazleton area?" was, quote, "all the Hispanics who moved here." The comment drew criticism and even wider circulation on the internet and social media after it was posted on Comedy Central's Tosh.0. That's when another Richard Peter Yanoski Jr., a Hazleton native who now works in Harrisburg, was forced to do damage control on something he had never said in the first place. Yanoski says people reading on the internet mistakenly thought he made the remarks. Some have even sent his company derogatory emails, forcing him to take down his pages on Facebook and LinkedIn. The tremendous negative impact on him and his family is why he has now reached out to News 13.
I have a very uncommon name. From what I've seen, there's 3 or 4 of us in the entire United States and Canada from all the research I've done. So what's happening is I'm the only one. It seems the individual who made the comments, and I certainly know my dad doesn't, so I'm the only one of those folks with a platform, online. You search my name, except for references to these, inflammatory and sensitive comments. Everything else you find for the most part is me. People find these things and attach this to my Facebook page, or they contact me through Facebook or some other mechanism, and they're directing their feelings about these comments towards me. I'm trying to get the message out there, the proverbial message that, hey, this isn't me. This is someone else that made these comments. They're not consistent with my belief system. They're antithetical to it, both me and my father, from the standpoint that these comments are being attributed to someone with the same name, and then people are confusing them with me. It's had a tremendous negative impact on my life.
Yanoski Jr. also says his father, Richard Peter Yanoski of Hazleton, does not want people to think that he made the comments either. The man who made this statement, again, lives in McAdoo. Beaver Meadows police arrest the same man for almost the same crime twice, just days apart. This is 49-year-old Thomas Gerhard of Beaver Meadows. Police Chief Mike Morisi tells News 13 that on October 4th around 5:30 in the afternoon, he noticed Gerhard's car swerving all over the road. Gerhard failed to use turn signals, and when the chief tried pulling Gerhard over, he drove his car up onto the sidewalk. The chief said Gerhard immediately showed signs of intoxication and conducted several field sobriety tests that Gerhard failed. Gerhard told the chief that he had 3 beers and takes several prescription medications. A breathalyzer test showed Gerhard was significantly over the legal limit with a .344 result. The legal limit is .08. Gerhard was taken to the hospital for a blood test, which came back .3+. That's the highest result for an alcohol blood test. Then on October 12th, just 1 week later, the chief saw Gerhard staggering down a sidewalk in the borough. In fear Gerhard would stumble into traffic, the chief stopped him, and again he displayed signs of intoxication. This time a breathalyzer came back with a result of .270. Chief Morisi slapped Gerhard with a public drunkenness charge and took him to his house. As for the drunk driving arrest, the chief says Gerhard faces 3 charges, including reckless driving. Good news to report tonight on the condition of a 63-year-old woman who was hit by a car in her own front yard. Mary Ellen Stish has been upgraded from critical to good condition. Stish was in her front yard on South Church Street Friday afternoon with her husband when a car was cut off by another car, went out of control, and drove right up into the Stish's front yard, hitting Mrs. Stish and dragging her about 20 feet into the neighbor's yard. The driver of that car was 17-year-old Ashley Nicole Donlin. That 17-year-old was also hurt. She is doing much better tonight as well. Troopers say Stish was traveling south in the left lane of South Church Street when a vehicle driven by 23-year-old Catherine Estrella of Hazleton drove right in front of her. Donlin was forced to swerve and lost control of her car. She drove over the cement median, crossed both southbound lanes, then up over the curb into the Stish's yard. Mr. Stish, who was standing right next to his wife, was not hurt. We don't know much about this accident that happened Friday night in the area of 15th and Grant Streets. One of the drivers involved may have fled the scene before police arrived there. It looks like a pickup truck and black SUV collided around 9 o'clock Friday. No word if anyone was hurt. Hazleton City Police investigated this weekend wreck. A Carbon County man was killed late Sunday afternoon when the ATV he was riding crashed at the intersection of Buttonwood and North Sycamore Drives in Penn Forest Township. 40-year-old Robert Kemmerer of Jim Thorpe was pronounced dead at the scene, while his passenger, 39-year-old Rebecca Marie Cohen Kemmerer of Hazleton, was flown to St. Luke's Hospital in Bethlehem for treatment. State police out of the Fern Ridge Barracks believe the ATV ran off of the roadway, throwing both from that vehicle. Police said neither rider was wearing a helmet. Hazleton police arrested a man who allegedly used a machete during a fight at the intersection of East Hickory and South Wyoming Streets Sunday afternoon around 5 o'clock. Police have not released any names, but did handcuff and question a man as he was being treated by paramedics for a reported leg injury. West Hazleton police also assisted HPD at that scene. Well, this week, parents are being reminded to test young children for lead exposure, especially if they live in an older home. It's Childhood Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi met with the coordinator of the lead program for Pinnacle Health this morning to present a special proclamation. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 250,000 children living in the United States have lead levels high enough to cause significant damage to their health. If high levels are not detected early, children can suffer from damage to the brain and nervous system.
Childhood lead poisoning does occur out there. Our homes in this area and these counties around us, many of them are built before 1978, which means there's a good probability that there's lead paint in those. The only way of knowing if a child has lead poisoning is through blood test. So we want to get out there and test these children with a simple blood test. Once we do, if the child does come back with an elevation, we're right there with you. We'll go and go through your house, and we'll see what the source is, what caused this elevation, and we'll give you remedies. We supply paint, we supply buckets and mops for cleaning, and we're with you to help get rid of the lead in the home.
Lead poisoning can be hard to diagnose without testing because its symptoms can be confused with other illnesses. Some symptoms may include stomach aches or cramps, headaches, nausea, and vision problems. Pinnacle Health serves 35 counties in Pennsylvania, and for more information on lead poisoning, just call the Wilkes-Barre office or the hotline. Stay tuned, there's still much more to come right here on News 13 Live at 5. It's been in the works for a long time, but on Sunday, the curtain went up at Hazleton's brand new Performing Arts Center. And later, kids of all ages will be playing dress up in just a few days. News 13 tells you what the hot costumes are this Halloween. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for great local programming all night long right here on SSPTV. At 7 o'clock, it's Feeling Good. Join hosts Dr. Joe Bafil and Debbie Lasan as they discuss chiropractic care and total body wellness. 7:30 is the Sam Lasan Show. Join Sam as he talks with DA Jackie Musso-Carroll. 8 o'clock is Real Life in the OR. Join Channel 13 as we take you inside the operating room as Dr. Mead performs knee repairs and replacements. 8:30 is the Dr. Mead Show. Join Dr. Mead as he shows you how to live a healthy lifestyle. 9 o'clock is a rebroadcast of the Sam Lasan Show, and at 9:30 is Eye Care Today. Ophthalmologist Dr. Tom Kilson discusses vision, diseases of the eye, treatment, and prevention. Don't forget about the broadcasts for our news at 6, 10, and 11:30, and thank you for making News 13 your #1 local news station.
You're watching News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Grimes.
Check out the newly designed Chrysler 200, or how about the 2-door Jeep Wrangler or 4-door Unlimited. Jeep Patriot is named Best Priced SUV in America. Jeep Grand Cherokee styling is second to none. Jeep Compass named Top 10 fuel-efficient SUV with sophisticated styling. It's Ram commercial truck season. Get what you deserve: power, performance, and a Dodge Ram. How about Dodge Journey? Seat 7 with 4-wheel drive, a winning combination. Dodge Durango, let the towing begin. Best in class, up to 7,400-pound capability. It's all-American Tamaqua.
When considering home health care, choose the leader, All Care Home Care. Serving the area for almost a quarter of a century, All Care Home Care's compassionate RNs and LPNs provide medical, physical, and speech therapy, combined with dietary and medical social worker services. Locally owned and operated, All Care Home Care is there for you and your loved ones. All Care Home Care, South Poplar Street in Hazleton.
Freeland Senior Apartments, independent living at affordable prices for seniors and persons with disabilities. Affordable one-bedroom apartments to fit your needs, wall-to-wall carpeting, community room, on-site laundry and security system, free prescription delivery, and pets are welcome. Within walking distance of pharmacies, healthcare providers, restaurants, and more. Come visit us 403 Ridge Street in Freeland or call 570-636-2537.
J-Bell, a trusted name in jewelry since 1916. J-Bell's hand-finished jewelry is among the finest made in the United States. The secret to J-Bell's success and quality is our state-of-the-art die-striking process, backed by skilled craftsmen. As many as 30 different steps may go into a single piece. It's like wearing a work of art. That's why J-Bell is found at only the finest jewelry stores.
Stop by Howard's Jewelers in the Laurel Mall in West Hazleton to see our magnificent collection of J-Bell die-struck engagement rings.
And the curtain went up for the very first time at the Alice C. Wiltie Performing Arts Center at the Hazleton Elementary Middle School. It was a day many had been waiting for, years in the making, and many fundraisers later.
1, 2, 3.
And with that, the Performing Arts Center was officially dedicated. Renovating the auditorium started back in 2007 when 3 Hazleton area school board members teamed up to raise money to complete the only project left undone when the castle was brought back to life. The goal was to not only create a performing arts center for district students, but for the entire community to enjoy. On Sunday, the curtain went up, the ribbon was cut, and what's being referred to as Hazleton's Gem was open and ready for many celebrations of the arts. And on stage for their first performance was the local band There and Back Again, performing a rock and roll tribute.
There are so many people to thank in this community for making this possible. When we started out, we didn't realize how hard it would be to raise in private and public funding almost $3 million. But the community did it, and today everyone is a hero. And now we have this beautiful performing arts center for all the children and everyone in the community to enjoy for years to come.
After the show, one lucky audience member took home a diamond necklace door prize donated by Felon's Jewelry. Mark your calendars for November 27th when the band Chicago hits the stage. Tickets are available online at www.wiltsecenter.org. And look for a fun event in December at the Performing Arts Center just in time for the holiday season. The Christmas movie night is being planned by Hazleton native and Tampa Bay Rays manager Joe Madden. Congratulations to everyone who had a part in making this dream come true. And congratulations to the alumni of the McAdoo High School. Close to 300 former students of the Southside School gathered at Lobitz's Saturday for the 29th reunion. The night's an exciting one with many pieces of memorabilia from the school on display and many memories from their school days shared. There were pictures and uniforms on display from the school's band and sports teams, along with miniature replicas of the high school itself. And all the alumni took time to remember their former classmates who have passed away. McAdoo Mayor Dane Watrow and Councilwoman Mary LaBert, whose alma mater is the McAdoo High School, were on hand for the event and were pleased to be a part of it. Right now, the Alumni Association's working on a project that will be complete in the summer of 2012. We talked with President of the Alumni Association, Ralph Nicholas.
Next year we'll be celebrating our 30-year anniversary, and the last class to graduate from McAdoo High School was the class of 1962. To preserve the legacy of our high school, we decided that we were going to put up a monument, and the monument will be erected in 2012 on June 10th on the site where the high school once stood. And the beautiful thing about this is that the property was owned by the McAdoo High School Borough, and we wanted to put the monument where the high school once stood. So we attended the council meetings, and believe it or not, they gave 100% approval, and the monument will be erected on the site where the high school once stood.
McAdoo High School was around from 1932 until 1962. For the class of 1961, Saturday was even more special. The students were celebrating their own 50th high school reunion. Members of the class were inducted into the Alumni Golden Circle. Congratulations to everyone who celebrated and took a look back at their high school years this past weekend. Halloween is exactly 1 week away, which means trick-or-treating is right around the corner. As we all know, you can't go around asking for candy without a costume, so we sent our Nikki Kries to find out what's hot this Halloween.
Clowns, Greek goddesses, even Where's Waldo? Halloween is the one day out of the entire year where you can dress up as whoever or whatever you want. And the spirit of Halloween is your costume headquarters.
We have several different costumes, from Monster High to ninja to adults, sexy costumes, horror, just about anything you're looking for.
The store is located inside the Laurel Mall each year for about a month before the frightful holiday.
We specialize with taking in particular consideration of what somebody's looking for. We help them. We do all the accessories, give us an idea, and we fly with that.
Just walking inside the store brings out the kid in you. There are ghosts and ghouls everywhere you look.
I have an 11-year-old, so it makes it fun again, because it hasn't been fun since, you're kids, because, as you get older, you don't get candy.
Whether you want to be a rock star, scary,
mysterious, or even a classic, the spirit of Halloween has hundreds and hundreds of costumes to choose from. You know you're going to find the perfect one.
I never really get the chance to dress up for Halloween, so this year I'm looking for the Freddy Krueger costume for the female. Something different. Not many people, I haven't seen anyone dressed like that.
Higher costumes are always good. Just anything that you're not every day is what makes Halloween fun.
This year, right now, for little girls, the most very popular one is Monster High. The boys are looking at ninjas, Star Wars, and your Marvel comic.
As for this year, I know the Jersey Shore costumes are pretty popular.
And the spirit of Halloween has everything you need to perfect your costume right down to the last detail.
Anything from trick-or-treat bags to decorations to any type of decor that you're looking for.
Whatever costume you end up choosing, have a spooktacular day. In the community of Hazel Township, I'm Nikki Kries for News 13.
And what's Halloween without the staple of the season, the pumpkin? Making them into jack-o'-lanterns can be tough, but one local woman has some creative carving ideas. You may know her as a photographer with our media partner, The Standard Speaker, but Jamie Pesatone is also a very talented artist. Our Nikki Kries spent some time with Jamie over the weekend and learned how to carve the perfect pumpkin. We'll tell you all about it on Tuesday, live at 5 right here on News 13. You definitely won't want to miss it. News 13 found folks celebrating Halloween early with a few spooks and scares. A spooky trail was set up at the Pardisville Playground this past weekend. Folks were greeted by monsters, zombies, and some well-known scary guys like Jason and Michael Myers as they walked through the woods. After all of the scary tricks, children and families enjoyed some treats inside the pavilion. The group who was in charge of putting the trail together also held a scary story night for all of the kids. All proceeds from the event went to the Pardisville Recreation Association. All right, on your screen right now are your winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played, everyone. Your daily number, 905. Your big four, 4328. Quinto, 43863. And finally, treasure hunt, 8, 11, 15, 24, 30.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for making News 13 your #1 local news station. Here's your lineup for Tuesday. Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. A happy 66th birthday to James Kearns of Hazleton, the best father, grampy, hunter, and fisherman there ever was. We love you, Holly, Brooke, Jimmy, Bobby, and your 7 grandsons. And now for tonight's Talk of the Town. Gifts for Kids. This is presented by Making a Difference. This will be on Thursday, October 27th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Hollywood Diner and Sports Bar. There's free food, free drink, and free entertainment. Please bring a new unwrapped gift for a child. Suggested gifts include Wii games, DS games, clothes, and toys. Entertainment will be by Kira Lee and Brandon Rice, and there's a Pandora bracelet raffle for donors of $10 or more. And all donations will benefit the Toys for Tots. And that's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 extends our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of these recently departed. Charles Booth of West Hazleton. Services were held on October 20th. Victor Zeller of Beaver Township. The arrangements are incomplete and will be announced at a later date. Louis J. Matuella of Hazleton. The funeral will be on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. from the Firo Funeral Home. Friends may call Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. Anna M. Rosticki of Millensville. A massive Christian burial will be on Saturday at 10 a.m. from the St. Cyril Methodius Parish of the Church of St. Joseph. Visitation will be on Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Ethel R. Kenvin of Mahanoy City. The arrangements are being handled by the Jane Clifford Ritz Funeral Home. Teresa Rizzo Mussolini of Hazleton. A massive Christian burial will be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. Joseph G. Lupcho of Tamaqua. A massive Christian burial will be on Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the Church of All Saints. Grace L. Yamola of Cunningham. A massive Christian burial will be held Wednesday at 10 a.m. from the St. John Bosco Church. Visitation will be on Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Dolores Kishba of Hazleton. The funeral will be on Tuesday at 10 a.m. from the Holy Annunciation Parish of the Church of St. Gabriel's. And Lillian T. Hunsinger of Weston. The funeral will be on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. from the Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Tuesday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop on 15th Street in Hazleton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111.
Buy right the first time at Independence Toyota. Our summer sizzler sale is going on now. Choose from over 80 pre-owned vehicles in stock starting at just $4,999. Includes complimentary maintenance, 1-year oil changes, and roadside assistance. And remember, if you don't see this on the back of your new Toyota, you probably paid too much. Located on the Airport Beltway across from Walmart Hazleton. The Mountain View Cemetery, located along North Street in West Hazleton, has served as a final resting place for beloved members of area families since 1900. This non-denominational cemetery is available for all. The new section will use flat bronze grave markers to denote the name of the loved ones. Please contact the Mountain View Cemetery Association, 454-8101.
In addition to the chilly weather we've been seeing lately, Mother Nature threw some rain into the mix this afternoon. Looks like we could be seeing even more showers as the night goes on. 41's what will dip down to. The clouds will stick around out there, but tomorrow they're gonna go away, making way for mostly sunny skies and a high up to 54 degrees. So we need to get through tonight. It looks like tomorrow will be a nice day. Well, they had a dream of becoming a United States citizen, and after a lot of hard work, 26 dreams came true. News 13 stopping by the Second Base restaurant on Broad Street in downtown Hazleton Friday night, where a celebration was underway for 26 Latinos who went through citizenship classes and are now United States citizens. The classes were offered by the Concerned Parents Group of Hazleton. The group was started 3 years ago and is made up of all volunteers. And it started the citizenship classes, which have become popular with newcomers in the area as they seek permanent residency here in the U.S. We spoke with the president and one of the founders of the Concerned Parents Group.
It's a thrill, and it's an honor to be the president and being able to provide citizenship for 26 new members of our community is a thrill that doesn't have words to explain it.
Tell me how some of them are feeling tonight. I'm sure very excited.
Well, they are very excited. They couldn't even believe that this moment is happening. But we are happy for them, and what we tell them is now you have an opportunity to take advantage of it and get yourself involved in the community.
I think the thing that we need to say is we can't even accommodate. We have to cut off our classes. We have too many of the Latinos who want to be involved in our classes, and there's only so many that we can take at a time. We're excited. It's a hard thing to do. They have to, not only is it a hard thing to do for them, they have to take a test, but they also need to spend over $700, and they can only take the test in Philadelphia, and they need to go to Philadelphia twice. So it's a big process, and it is expensive.
Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi and State Representative Tara Toohill were two of many on hand to offer congratulations to the new citizens. Many candidates running in the upcoming general election also stopped by the event. For more information on the Concerned Parents Group of Hazleton, visit www.cphazleton.org, and we say congratulations to the 26 new residents. One local man is celebrating a big milestone in his life. He turned 90 years young today, but you'd never know it by talking to him. Arthur McCormick, or Artie, as his friends call him, rang in the very special birthday at one of his favorite places, the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center. Artie is a regular at the facility's fitness center. He goes to the gym 5 days a week. He tells us some of his favorite things to do are work out and go to church. We asked Artie what his secret is to staying so energetic.
Oh, you want to know why I'm so energetic? Number one, because God and I are very close friends. Okay? My guardian angel, Thomas, told me so.
He's 90, but still very active. What's the secret to that?
I mean, if you talk to Artie, he eats healthy all the time. He's never smoked. Again, he's very religious. He's very big into, like I said, praying and prayer and so forth. And also, too, again, the exercise.
Artie tells us he was injured very badly in World War II and wanted to live his life to the fullest. The 90-year-old went to music school and even knows some Italian. We'd also like to wish Artie a very happy 90th birthday. I can only hope I'm in that good a shape when I am 90. Well, Christina D'Amato is coming your way next. She'll tell us about two men who are in some big trouble after stealing from a local store while having drugs on them. She'll also have an extended look at the forecast and sports with Freddie B. Make sure you check out SSPTV.com and make us your friend on Facebook, and stay up to date on all local, county, and state news at thestandardspeaker.com and thecitizensvoice.com. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Make it a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Fred Parentoni is a family man and very responsible. He cares about people, truly cares.
I'm voting for Fred Parentoni for judge because he's honest and compassionate. He's exactly what this county needs.
Fred has a genuine interest in seeing our county move forward. He isn't afraid to stand up to adversity.
I'm Fred Parentoni. I will work to keep our community safe, to keep you safe.
Vote Fred Parentoni for Judge of Luzerne County.
Savings of the Green Sale event is now in progress. Experience tomorrow's technology today with Earthwise vinyl windows and doors installed by Just Windows and much, much more. Saving energy daily translates into saving money, and saving Mother Earth for tomorrow's generations of homeowners is priceless. So take the leap to more eco-friendly homes with an environmentally friendly windows and doors from Just Windows and much, much more.
Ashley, you forgot about free estimates.
Come on, man. Call today for a free estimate. Tell them Ashley sent you.
What do you value? At King's College, we teach the same values you've taught your children since the day they were born. Here, values are experienced. They are lived. At King's, students learn the values of a lifetime. Join us for our next open house on November 7th by calling 1-888-KINGS-PA or visiting kings.edu.
Vote for the ticket that is making a difference in Hazleton. Joe Yanuzzi and Evelyn Graham. 5 more police officers on our streets, protecting residents. Surveillance cameras, making Hazleton a safer environment. More code enforcement and health code officers responding to citizens' complaints. On November 8th, vote Joe Yanuzzi for mayor and Evelyn Graham for city council. The team that is making a difference.
Did you know every day is Earth Day at Harry's U Poulet Auto Parts? Harry's U Poulet pays you top dollar for your used vehicle. All vehicles are environmentally recycled, and then the parts are sold at unbelievable low prices. Call us for more details at 459-9901 or visit us on the web at wegotuse.com.
Stanley opened the Majestic in 1954 and has seen it all. Until now, one of his former employees is running for district attorney. And he remembers her being a good kid, energetic, and a hard worker. Something hard-working folks don't forget. Nor will they forget that current DA Musto did nothing while kids went to jail, claiming she didn't know. Well, Stanley knows that at least his granddaughter's a hard worker. Not hard to believe.
One of these men left a local department store wearing stolen slippers, ran from security, and was found with a large amount of drugs, stolen tools, and copper wire. The other had drugs and was driving the getaway car. Troopers locked them both up, and they remain behind bars at this 5:30 hour.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Good evening and thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Christina D'Amato. We'll get to that Kmart crime in just a minute, but first, Hazleton City Police remain tight-lipped tonight about at least 2 men they took in custody earlier today. One man was already in a holding cell at City Hall this morning, while this man was brought in around 10:30 today. We know he was picked up at a business in West Hazleton and was wanted for theft, but that's all officers would tell us and said it was part of an ongoing operation. We're told both arrests could have been part of a warrant roundup. No word if anyone else was taken into custody. We are awaiting more information from city officers at this 5:30 hour. These two men are locked up tonight after a strange incident at Kmart over the weekend. Saturday afternoon, security at the store noticed 28-year-old Eric Simons of Bloomsburg leaving the store with stolen slippers, stolen socks, and jeans on that he did not pay for. Security tried stopping Simons, but he shoved the officer and ran to a waiting getaway car where 44-year-old Alan Kuhl of Nescapec was behind the wheel and waiting. Store security called for state police, who saw drug paraphernalia in plain view in the car, and Kuhl had drugs on him. Troopers got a search warrant and found even more drugs in the car, along with a large amount of copper piping, 2 boat motors, and a number of power tools. If anyone has information about those items, troopers want to hear from you. Both men were taken to the county lockup, where they remain tonight, unable to come up with 10 grand bail. Troopers are on the lookout for whoever is responsible for stealing a forklift, driving it to another location, and crashing it into a tree, causing it to go up in flames. It happened sometime late Saturday night into Sunday morning. Troopers say someone removed a forklift from an unknown location. The police are thinking it could possibly be from the Humboldt Industrial Park and drove it to a coal bank area in Hazel Township. Troopers say whoever stole the machine secured a rock on the accelerator to let the forklift operate by itself, and this caused it to crash into a tree and catch on fire. The forklift was severely damaged. Anyone who might know what happened, or if you're the owner of the equipment, call state police at 459-3890. Firefighters in Hazleton were busy fighting flames on Friday night after a garage caught on fire in the city. News 13 was also at Penn Court right around 11:30 as firefighters were putting out the flames. We're told a bag of garbage burned and leaves and paper were also found at the scene. Firefighters boarded up the garage after the fire was out. We're told there was another fire at the garage earlier this year. Good news to report tonight on the condition of a 63-year-old woman who was hit by a car in her own front yard. Mary Ellen Stitch has been upgraded from critical to good condition. Stitch was in her front yard on South Church Street Friday afternoon with her husband when a car was cut off by another car, went out of control, and drove right up into Stitch's front yard, hitting Mrs. Stitch and dragging her about 20 feet into the neighbor's yard. The driver of that car was 17-year-old Ashley Nicole Donlin, who was also hurt. She is also doing much better tonight. Troopers say Donlin was traveling south in the left lane of South Church Street when a vehicle driven by 23-year-old Catherine Estrella of Hazleton drove in front of her. Donlin was forced to swerve and lost control of her vehicle. She drove over the cement median, crossed both southbound lanes, then up over the curb into Stitch's yard. Mr. Stitch, who was standing right next to his wife, was not hurt. There's much more local news still to come. Up next, it's all about Halloween. We'll tell you what costumes are the most popular this year, and a special guest joins me live to talk about a big event in Freeland. Businesses and organizations are taking part in this year's Safe Trick or Treat. We'll tell you more when we return.
You're watching News 13 with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Grimes.
Oh, fumble!
I'll be here all day!
Yep, it's football season. And great deals are waiting for you at Berger Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Like a new Jeep Patriot 4x4 starting at $18,495. Plus, we'll pay more for your trade guaranteed. Just off I-81, exit 145 Hazleton. Since 1921, drive with experience.
No one plans to be hurt. I'm attorney Conrad Falvello, and I have yet to meet anyone who would trade their health for money. But if you've had your livelihood taken away by someone else, don't kid yourself. No one's going to hand you a check. At Falvello Law, injury law is what we do every day. It's the only thing we do every day.
Falvello Law, injury lawyers. When it comes to all of your grocery needs, shop Boyer's Food Markets at 2 locations, 15th Street in Hazleton and South Hancock Street in McAdoo. Here are this week's specials. Every weekend, look in our hot food area for wings, tenders, and other party favorites. Don't forget about our gift cards and our senior citizens discounts. We also have double coupons every day. You can also go to boyersfood.com for our weekly circular, monthly super specials, and much more. It's all at Boyer's Food Markets in Hazleton and McAdoo. For all of your eye care needs, including routine, medical, surgical eye care, glasses or contact lenses, visit Dr. Thomas Gislin at Hazleton Eye Specialists. Ask about the 7-minute, no needle, no stitch, no patch cataract surgery, and LASIK and multi-lex procedures. We do diagnosis and treatment of eye diseases, including glaucoma and dry eye syndrome. Dr. Gislin and his associates, Dr. Alexandria Wozmansky and Dr. Frank A. Bucci Jr., provide the highest level of medical and surgical eye care available, with eye care for all ages. Hazleton Eye Specialists, on the Airport Beltway in the Franklin Corporate Center.
When it comes to your health, you need to put your trust in a team of experienced professionals. Mountain City Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, an Extendicare facility, has one goal in mind: helping people live better. Short-term rehabilitation is our business. Mountain City offers you a chance to recover on our STAR unit, a short-term unit for patients who need some rehab before going home. We provide dedicated nursing and therapy services and offer you a personalized plan of recovery through our evidence-based recovery track programming.
Mountain City helps me live better.
Savings of the Green Sale event is now in progress. Experience tomorrow's technology today with Earthwise vinyl windows and doors installed by Just Windows and much, much more. Saving energy daily translates into saving money. And saving Mother Earth for tomorrow's generations of homeowners is priceless. So take the leap to more eco-friendly homes with an environmentally friendly windows and doors from Just Windows and much, much more.
Ashley, you forgot about free estimates.
Come on, man. Call today for a free estimate. Tell them Ashley sent you.
Welcome back. Halloween is exactly 1 week away, which means trick-or-treating is right around the corner. As we all know, you can't go around asking for candy without a costume, so we sent our Nikki Kreis to find out what's hot this Halloween.
Clowns, Greek goddesses, even Where's Waldo? Halloween is the one day out of the entire year where you can dress up as whoever or whatever you want. And the spirit of Halloween is your costume headquarters.
We have several different costumes, from Monster High to ninja to adults, sexy costumes, horror, just about anything you're looking for.
The store is located inside the Laurel Mall each year for about a month before the frightful holiday.
We specialize with taking in particular consideration of what somebody's looking for. We help them. We do all the accessories, give us an idea, and we fly with that.
Just walking inside the store brings out the kid in you. There are ghosts and ghouls everywhere you look.
I have an 11-year-old, so it makes it fun again, because it hasn't been fun since, your kids, because, as you get older, you don't get candy.
Whether you want to be a rock star, scary, mysterious, or even a classic, the spirit of Halloween has hundreds and hundreds of costumes to choose from. You know you're going to find the perfect one.
I never really get the chance to dress up for Halloween, so this year I'm looking for the Freddy Krueger costume for the female. Something different. Not many people, I haven't seen anyone dressed like that.
Higher costumes are always good. Just anything that you're not every day is what makes Halloween fun.
This year, right now, for little girls, the most very popular one is Monster High. The boys are looking at ninjas, Star Wars, and your Marvel comic.
As for this year, I know the Jersey Shore costumes are pretty popular.
And the spirit of Halloween has everything you need to perfect your costume right down to the last detail.
Anything from trick-or-treat bags to decorations to any type of decor that you're looking for.
Whatever costume you end up choosing, have a spooktacular day. In the community of Hazel Township, I'm Nikki Kreis for News 13.
Thank you, Nikki. And the greater Hazleton area has so many Halloween happenings taking place. And one favorite spot is always Freeland's Safe Trick or Treat, and it's actually going to be taking place this weekend. And join us to tell us more is Mayor Tammy Martin of Freeland. Mayor Tammy, Safe Trick or Treat happens every year. It's, you know, so big for families to come out and to fill up those candy bags and celebrate Halloween. Tell me all about it.
This is the 22nd year that the Freeland area has been doing it. It's sponsored by the Freeland Chamber of Commerce and the FAST organization. And all of our businesses in town, they all get together, and it's just a fun day out. It's Saturday at 3 o'clock. It's for all the children in the area. It's a safe way for your parents to bring the children over. I know a lot of them with the little ones, they don't want to take them out, you know, door to door Halloween, and this is a safe way to do it.
Definitely. You don't have to worry about it, you know, being late at night or being too dark, and you also know what kind of candy that, you know, you're getting and who you're getting it from, too.
Absolutely. We do have some of the businesses, they supply their own treats. The ones that don't supply them, the Chamber of Commerce and FAST, they supply them for them, so it's all safe candy that the children are getting.
Very good. And now this is taking place all along Center Street. Tell me about how it's going to work.
Normally, every other year, it runs from PNC Bank all the way down to where McHugh-Wilczek's, the corner of where McHugh-Wilczek's funeral home is. We're hoping that it's going to be able to be run that way this year, but there might be a change. We might have to move it from the red light down to McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home because we're getting a streetscape project done, and they started it. So if there's any construction on those sidewalks, we don't want, you know, anybody falling or getting hurt, so we're gonna move it. But I'll keep you updated on that. It depends on how far they get with the construction.
Yeah, we'll let you know here on News 13, and that's taking place at 3 o'clock this Saturday. And then also during Halloween weekend, there's also gonna be some hay rides at the park. So tell me about that.
Yes, the Freeland Fire Department do a hay ride. It starts up at the fire company and it goes down through the park, and they have the park all decorated and they have people dressed up. Like I said, it starts at the fire department. When the children go into the fire department, while they're waiting for the wagon to come back with the riders before them, they can tour the fire department, talk to the firemen. The firemen are going to have candy for them. We'll have refreshments available. And then after the hayride, if they want to go back and hang out with the firemen, they're more than welcome to do that.
Oh, that sounds like fun. And what's the dates and the times for that?
The dates and the times is it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 6:30 to 9:30. And all you have to do is go up to the fire department. All the fire department asks for is a $2 donation.
Okay, very nice. And is a nice family-friendly event just to take those kids out, even, you know, dress them up for the hayride and have some fun and have some candy too, lots of candy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, well, lots going on this week, and you'll be busy with Halloween, and I hope you have a good time. It's always fun, right? To dress up and get candy. We have to eat some candy ourselves, too.
Well, I don't really eat candy, but yeah, I guess.
You can give it to me. Save
okay,
some
I'll
in a bag.
save it all, and I'll send it over here for you.
Yeah, bring it to News 13. Okay, thanks, Tammy. Good luck with
Thank
the
you.
weekend. And once again, here's a look at some other Halloween happenings in the area, in addition to Freeland's Safe Trick or Treat. And we're hoping for some nice weather over the weekend. And of course on Monday for all the trick-or-treaters so they can go out and have some fun. Hopefully not like anything we saw today. And tonight we are going to continue to be seeing some cloudy skies with a slight chance of rain showers, low of 41 degrees. So it's going to be cool out there. Wear a jacket. Taking a look at our 4-day outlook. Tomorrow, the nicest day out of the bunch, mostly sunny with a high near 54 degrees. Wednesday is going to remain the same, but it's going to be very rainy with lots of showers and cloudy skies, low of 43. Thursday, another chance of rain showers with a high near 47 and a low of around 34 degrees Thursday night. Really cool. Be on the lookout for some frost and chilly temperatures Thursday night. Into Friday, we do see a chance of rain and some snow, maybe the first snow fall in Greater Hazleton this season, and that's going to be a high of 42 degrees on Friday. Tonight's weather is sponsored by the Lazy Dog Salon Dog and Cat Grooming, located on North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 459-0310. A reminder to tune into the Sam Lassant Show tonight. It's a special edition as several seats are open on the Hazleton Area School Board this election. It's a race that is jam-packed with issues from the budget to improving test scores and finding a new superintendent. On November 8th, voters will head to the polls to choose 5 directors. 6 names will appear on the ballot. But before you vote, it's important to get to know each of the candidates, and SSPTV is here to help. Sam Lassant Sr. will be hosting a special 2-hour-long Sam Lassant Show tonight with all 6 candidates of the Hazleton Area School Board. The debate will air live right here at SSPTV on 7 o'clock. Sam will be joined by incumbents Dr. Bob Childs, Tony Bonomo, Brian Early, and newcomers Robbie Wallace, Rocco Formica, and Murphy Dagenhart-Yannick. Well, there's still more to come tonight here on your community news station. Freddie B joins me next with local sports. And later, it was a long-awaited event as the curtain was raised at the brand new Performing Arts Center in Hazleton. Stay tuned.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on Channel 13, you will have 13 minutes to call in and win a free pay-per-view movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner, Nicholas A. Lapchak of Freeland. Nicholas, if you're watching, give us a call right now at 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
Since 1960, L&M Plumbing and Heating and Fuel Oil has served the area with complete installation and service of oil, gas, equipment, central and ductless air conditioning, sewer and water systems, repaired or replaced. L&M Plumbing, Heating and Fuel Oil. Rear 245 North Street, West Hazleton, 455-4631.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, as we're winding down the days in October, and we've already put 8 weeks of high school football in the books, we can start talking a little bit about playoffs. Now, in District 2, there's all sorts of races going on, and one of them doesn't involve the Cougars, and that's not because the Cougars only have 3 wins. We'll tell you more about the Quad A, as most of you remember anyway. Let's start with the Triple A, where take a look. Speaking of Cougars, the Valley View Cougars and Dallas have 7-1 records. Dallas has a couple of more points. And then fighting for those last spots, you've got Crestwood, Coughlin, Scranton Prep, and Berwick, all with 5-3 records. One of the huge games of the season will be this week when Coughlin and Berwick play, because the loser is going to be out. That's basically the way it is. So that AAA is really shaping up to be a very, very interesting thing. The top 4 teams will get into the playoffs. You take a look, the second half of the AAA, these are all teams that aren't going to make it. And one of the things that's glaring is Abington Heights. This is a team we've been used to always being near the top. You can see they've won just 2 times in the first 8 weeks and are hopelessly out of the mix for district playoffs. And that's a little bit of a surprise for that program. Meanwhile, on the AA level, the GAR Grenadiers right now are the front runners, and it looks like they're coasting. Wyoming area, Lakeland, Susquehanna are chasing them down with Mid-Valley and Lake Lehman still on the fringes. The rest of the teams in AA really are going to be out of the picture as you take a look at the standings there. Meanwhile, on the single A level, not a lot of schools, but there's one powerhouse, and that's Dunmore. Their perfect 8-0 record is leading the charges right now. You can see Lackawanna Trail, Old Forge, Riverside hanging in there as well. As far as the Quad A tomorrow, that of course goes into the regional thing. It's the sub-regional between districts 2, 11, and 4. So we got to sort that one all out by itself tomorrow. We'll take a look at the Quad A football playoffs. Now, speaking of District 2 and the playoffs, let's go over to field hockey, because right now, as we're doing this, we've got field hockey action going on. Opening round of the AAA playoffs. It's the battle of the number 4 and 5 seeds up at Lackawanna Trail. Hazleton area, Lackawanna Trail. Earlier this year, Lackawanna Trail beat the Cougars 5-1. It actually was the first game of the year. Mary Kelly coach, figuring that things are going to be different this time around. So we'll wait and see, and we'll give you the full report on that tomorrow. Volleyball, Hazleton area up in the valley to take on Coughlin. World Series tied 2 games apiece. That's because the Texas Rangers got outstanding pitching last night and scored 4 runs to boot. And now, tonight, pivotal Game 5, an 8 o'clock start down deep in the heart of Texas. Meanwhile, National Hockey League finds Toronto skating in Philly. The Blue Shirts up in Winnipeg. NFL Monday Night Football. It's the red-hot Baltimore Ravens down in Jacksonville. And speaking of the NFL, if you wasted your time watching Monday Night Football, shame on you. World Series was much, much better. It was Saints setting a new record in franchise history, which goes back 45 years. They scored 62 points on the Colts. You can't believe how hapless Indianapolis looks. Could it all be because of Peyton Manning not being there? Well, I understand overall, but 62 points? I don't think so, but that team is really, really in trouble right now. Hey, anyway, looking for a great place to watch the World Series? How about Bottlenecks? Because it's crab and clam seafood jam night, and if you like seafood, you are going to love it tonight at Bottlenecks. White shell little neck clams in garlic butter or the peel and eat shrimp. Take your choice. It's $3 a dozen. 1 pound of jumbo snow crab legs for just $8.95. It's all at Bottlenecks. They sponsor us each and every night right here on SSPTV.
Everyone knows that Bottlenecks is the home of award-winning wings and mouth-watering steaks, but now a new tasty reason to stop by. New succulent snow crab legs, steamed, seasoned, and served with lemon and hot melted butter. And seafood fans will love Monday nights for the Crab and Clam Seafood Jam, featuring little neck clams in garlic butter and peel and eat Old Bay shrimp. Bottlenecks is open 7 days a week. The kitchen is open till midnight every day. There's always a reason to stop by Bottlenecks.
Some current board members continue to raise your property taxes while test scores lag behind. It is our responsibility as board members to spend education dollars efficiently and effectively, as well as providing the best education we can, to light a fire of curiosity and eagerness to learn in our children that will carry them through their entire lives. I'm Rocco Formica. Having taught in the Hazleton Area School District for nearly 40 years, I know what it's like on both sides of the desk. On November 8th, please vote Rocco Formica, Hazleton Area School Director.
Finally tonight, the curtain went up for the very first time at the Alice C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Hazleton Elementary Middle School. It was a day many had been waiting for, years in the making, and many fundraisers later.
1, 2, 3.
And with that, the Performing Arts Center was officially dedicated. Renovating the auditorium started back in 2007 when 3 Hazleton area school board members teamed up to raise money to complete the only project left undone when the castle was brought back to life. The goal was to not only create a performing arts center for district students, but also for the entire community to enjoy. On Sunday, the curtain went up, the ribbon was cut, and what's being referred to as Hazleton's Gem was open and ready for many celebrations of the arts. And on stage for the first performance was the local band there and back again performing a rock and roll tribute.
There are so many people to thank in this community for making this possible. When we started out, we didn't realize how hard it would be to raise in private and public funding almost $3 million. But the community did it, and today everyone is a hero. And now we have this beautiful performing arts center for all the children and everyone in the community to enjoy for years to come.
After the show, one lucky audience member took home a diamond necklace door prize donated by Felons Jewelry. Mark your calendars for November 27th when the band Chicago hits the stage. Tickets are available online at www.wiltecenter.org, and look for a fun event in December at the Performing Arts Center just in time for the holiday season. The Christmas movie night is being planned by Hazleton native and Tampa Bay Rays manager Joe Madden. Congratulations to everyone who had a part in making this dream come true. And that will do it for us tonight. Thanks for making us a part of your day. If you want to catch this newscast again, just tune into a rebroadcast throughout tonight and into the morning. And don't forget that we're always on at SSPTV.com. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe and have a great night.